Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha, Govinda Radha, Govinda Radha. Jaya Radha, Govinda Radha, Govinda Radha. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Jai Gurudev. So that was a very auspicious beginning. Today's program with little Kirtan. Now, when did you speak to Maharaj last time? Did you speak to him today? So, where is this devotee? You know, Prabhu Vishnu. Yeah, you better go. Yeah, Haribo Prabhu. You heard that piece of paper with the Brahma Samhita?
It will be here. You going to start with that?
Hmm?
You going to start with the Brahma Samhita?
You have piece of paper or this? You're going to project that. Okay. So Prabhu is going to project this Brahma Samhita. You be familiar with and try to sing along. No, we go from 29.
This is it. That's as we go. He can
Prahladananda Maharaj ki. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Jai Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev. Maharaj.
Om Agyanatimanandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakso Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Vadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswatam Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Srinivadi Bhaskatyade Satarane. Did you put neck beads, new neck beads around your neck? Someone should tie them on for her. So thank you all for coming. So this is Harinam initiation, this ceremony, which I think most of you are familiar with. when the beginning of creation, when Brahma was initiated by Lord Krishna, there were no fruits and flowers and ceremonies. So it was a much simpler ceremony. Krishna simply spoke to Brahma within his heart, and Brahma became enlightened. Unfortunately, we can't do that. So, Prabhupada has given us the ceremony for initiation. Initiation means the beginning. Well, what does it mean, the beginning? The beginning of what? Because devotees are chanting Hare Krishna, they're following the principles, they're reading Prabhupada's books, they're worshiping the deities. So how is it the beginning? Initiation, as Prabhupada has defined it, means the willingness to give up our false ego and to accept another identity as the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. So that's the actual meaning of initiation. The fire and the flowers and the grains and with everything else are simply to help us take it more seriously, that we're actually becoming determined to identify ourselves as Krishna Das or Krishna Dasi, rather than with our gross and subtle material bodies. And as a servant of Krishna and his devotees, then we're hearing from Krishna through the simple succession what we should do with our present body, mind, and words. Iha yasa harer dasye karmana manasa gira nikilasya vavapsatsu jivan mukta uchite. The one who utilizes his body, mind, and words in Krishna's service, then Krishna liberates such a person from the material concepts of life and establishes one in the Krishna conscious concept of life. So basically speaking, Krishna spoke this knowledge to 5,000 years ago to Arjuna, and of course we know he originally spoke it to Brahma at the beginning of creation, and it's being repeated, not only by the person who's giving initiation, who's hopefully one of the Shiksha Gurus, but by anyone in the simple succession who's repeating the same message of Krishna as we've understood it, or as they've understood it. So they also become representatives of Krishna, and those who are receiving initiation, who are repeating the same message, following those instructions, they're also become an instrument or representative of Krishna. Now, in this age, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, has come, and he's given us the primary method of realizing Krishna. Because in order to understand who we actually are, to realize who we actually are, we have to realize Krishna. Realizing Krishna means Krishna has to reveal himself to us. We cannot, by our own mental effort or intellectual prowess, force Krishna to reveal himself to us. Krishna reveals himself according to our devotion. And devotion is primarily exhibited in this age, or the culmination of that devotion is purely chanting the holy name without offense. Therefore, the Yuga Dharma in this age is the chanting of the holy name, of which purity depends upon our basically developing a service attitude, of which there are offenses against that service attitude known as namaparad, overcoming which then Krishna will reveal himself to us in a more consistent and a deeper way, so that in the presence of Krishna, then we wake up and realize things as they actually are. So there are 10 offenses against chanting the holy name. First offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives in propagation of the holy name. Of course, that means we should serve the devotees to the best of our capacity and mentally honor those who chant Hare Krishna, cooperate with those who are also seriously engaged in worshiping the deity, both Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the deity in the temple, and those who are superior to us take instructions from them and try to follow them to their examples and instructions as to the best of our ability. Second offense is to consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, to be equal to or independent of the holy name of Lord Vishnu. Of course, in this age, people don't believe in Brahma or Shiva or even Vishnu. They believe in rock stars and they believe in sports heroes and politicians, etc. So they're also not equal to Vishnu, what to speak of Brahma and Shiva. So we should understand who Krishna is. If we know who Krishna is, then our lives will become perfect. That no one is equal to or greater than Krishna. Krishna is asamurdva. He's completely independent and the greatest of all. Third offense is to minimize or disobey the orders of the spiritual master or consider the spiritual master to be an ordinary person. Of course, in this world, anyone who chants Hare Krishna is not an ordinary person, because in order to chant Hare Krishna sincerely and consistently, one has to have some transcendental pious credit. But anyone who's following the instructions of the acharyas in disciple succession and repeating their message is not ordinary, because they're acting as an instrument for Krishna. Therefore, Krishna says, Mahatmanas tu mam partha daivim prakritim ashitya bhajanyanya manaso gyatva buddhidim avyam. The great souls, Mahatmas, they're under the internal energy of Krishna. Mahatmanas tu mam partha daivim prakritim ashitya. Because they've taken shelter of the internal energy, therefore they're considered to be Mahatmas. And to take shelter of the spiritual energy is not difficult. Krishna says, Sadatam kirtayanto mam idhantascha drida namasyantasya mam bhaktya niktuto pasate. Always chanting my glory, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So anyone can become a great soul if they chant Hare Krishna consistently, they serve Krishna with determination, and they're humble. They realize that we're simply an infinitesimal servant of Krishna and take shelter of the unlimited lotus feet of Krishna. Then they become a Mahatma. So, those who are giving initiation, generally speaking, have some qualification of chanting and serving, and they should have some realization of their position, how Krishna is great, and they're small, and therefore they're not ordinary, because most people in this world, at least, are extraordinarily bewildered by the illusory energy. So one who's less bewildered or is engaged in devotional service, they must be considered to be positively extraordinary rather than negatively extraordinary. Fourth offense is the blessing the Vedic literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. The Vedas are quite vast, but they're meant to direct us towards Krishna. People may understand it or they may not understand it, but that's the intention of the Vedas, and therefore they should be appreciated for their benefit. There may be many things in the Vedas we can't understand. Matter of fact, we can't even understand that we're not this body, what to speak of the Vedas. So that doesn't mean that the Vedas are wrong because we don't understand that. It means that we don't understand things as they actually are. Especially the important part of the Vedas are the servitorship of the infinitesimal soul to the infinite Supreme Lord. And therefore Krishna said,